G'day everybody, NotJah Witness here with a bunch of really cool people. Say hello. Why? Okay. E-I-O. Why is this not working? There we go. I think I got it working. For my voice, yeah, I use Reaper. Yeah, oh yeah, that as well. Yeah. Sorry, I won't lie, I'm in the middle of trying to think and do stuff, so... Oh shit, I fucking forgot to...
He probably has us.
There we go.
Muted.
Sorry everybody,
You
I completely
left us
forgot to yeah. Oh, so much to
So
do. I'm learning stuff.
we did all that talk and just so you could.
Yep,
And then
I know, and I
we
was
remember
not even paying
people. We
attention,
are
yeah.
professionals. We are professionals.
There was
Remember
a
that?
lot of behind the scenes stuff going wrong, so yeah. This is the first time I'm getting all this started. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are professionals. And frustrated. The OBS thing. Oops.
Oh yeah.
Chrome settings and use hardware acceleration.
Hardware acceleration.
Yeah, in the Chrome settings down at the bottom and under advanced. Use hardware acceleration where available. Uncheck that. It might end up working because somebody else that's here had that problem as well, and that's how we fixed it. And somebody forgot. That's how we fixed it.
It's just me or does Hangouts look different?
I will definitely have to pull out my laptop today and check that out and see if that then does indeed work.
Yeah,
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Molly, I'm not sure because it's been a while since you've been on Hangouts, but I haven't noticed any difference.
Yeah. No, there's no difference.
I've been working like a madman the last couple months. So,
are you watching on YouTube or are you watching the actual Hangouts?
I'm swapping back and forth between the two.
I was going to say, yeah, my YouTube will look different because I'm running it through OBS.
Yeah, obviously it's OBS, but I'm just saying Hangouts, just the configuration looks different, like the way that where the symbols are set, like the you know, remember how the microphone and all the camera shit used to be like up toward the top of the screen? Now it's right in the middle. It's just like I said, farm season's a busy time for me.
No, it's not different. It's just there's the difference between the Hangouts on air and just Hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
This is just Hangouts. It was just NotJah and I trying to set up his stuff, so he didn't do it on air Hangout, because the on air Hangouts gives you the the person that's running the stream the control.
Oh, okay.
So, and this is being run through OBS as well, not through Hangouts on Air. So, yeah, that's the difference.
Nadine's our fairy godmother. Does anybody else feel that way about her?
Fairy godmother. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. You just make me feel protected, special.
I would say that
not the same way as Josiah. I just mean I like like a big sister or a mom or something.
The only way I can see her as the fairy godmother is the fact that she's a fucking wizard when it comes to OBS.
I'm not a wizard. I'm stunned half the time. I just.
She's like, I just seem like I know what I'm doing. I'm really thinking here, like, holy shit, what is he talking about?
She's a pretty decent poker player too.
I try. I pretend like I am. Thanks, guys. You guys are gonna make me blush. No. So,
I wonder where blushing came from. Like, I mean, what evolutionary path did that follow? Blushing. I mean, what purpose does it serve?
That's actually an interesting question.
It would be reminiscent of how like different animals, like say birds or almost so many animals, they'll have different flourishing colors when it comes to coitus seasons, mating seasons.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it would be an evolution.
Okay, so that's like just my imagination. Turning red.
I don't know
that makes
for
sense,
sure.
Though, I suppose.
It was just
because I mean, it's cute when you see a girl blush. You're like, oh, look at her,
But it happens at different times too, so it's not even just it it's it does depend.
Well, if you think about it, it might have to do with something about the way the brain functions, because not only does it happen like whenever someone feels arousement, but then you also have it embarrassment, and then you have it being attached to all these different emotions. So anger included. So there could be a certain neurological aspect to it that caused it, but as far as evolutionary wise,
do you think it's an evolutionary trait though? I mean, do you think it's something that evolved?
I don't really think it evolved. I think it just is something that
hardwired into our brains automatically. Yeah. Well, okay. What about like say embarrassment? Do you think embarrassment came first or modesty? Like, I mean, obviously cavemen walked around in fucking nothing, or like hunter-gatherers in Africa. So do you think that they still had forms of embarrassment?
Well, they would, if you think about it, because, for instance, say you had two hunters. One was able to bring in the meat. The other didn't help at all. They may have felt some sort of embarrassment.
Okay, so it's like an evolutionary. Go ahead. Sorry,
but they wouldn't have let it affect them as badly as it does to us now. Like, for instance, they were more about the pack. If the clan got to eat, everything was honky dory. So
it was
honky.
So I think so. Is it like an evolutionary social tool to keep the keep people motivated to do a better job, keep the pack alive? Like, because if you're if you miss and you're embarrassed and you feel ashamed, you'll want to do a better job, and next time you won't fuck up.
It could be. That's definitely an interesting thing to actually look up, but it definitely could be. I'm not going to say for sure that it is or isn't, because that much I don't know, but it could be. In dead air.
And dead air. Well, we thought you had a thought to finish. That's what was going on.
I was daydreaming for a second, so I lost my train of thought. It happens.
Your train got derailed.
Yeah, it happens more than I like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Train derailments are a common occurrence.
So what's new? What have I missed in the last month or so?
Oh, not much. Everything's the same old.
Same, yeah. We're all just chugging away as usual.
Good deal. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Everybody's okay?
Everybody's okay. Somebody, I don't know if you can hear them, but somebody's napping.
Snoring in the
I don't know if
pool.
you can hear them at all, but I've got them turned down as much as I can. So.
Hey, I've been watching like Australian television shows and British television shows. I've come to the conclusion that Australian is almost like a cross between American and British English. Like some words Australians say closer to American words, and some words they say closer to British words. And then some words they just say totally different.
It depends in many ways, obviously, what American accent you mean and what Australian accent you mean. Cause
I just meant a general American accent.
As a generalization, that's what I was going to say, because even I've noticed as I grew up, I was watching a kid that I knew like as a baby and learned to talk. He learnt an Australian accent, but he got into television as a very young kid. That was his, he was one of the earliest ages that television was really the parent. And by the time he was, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13, just starting to hit his teenage years, he had a full American accent. Like, you would have sworn that he was a full-blood American somewhere. You wouldn't know where, and it was just from watching the television. Yeah.
That's crazy. So I wonder almost if, like, technology, since we're all so interconnected now, like we weren't before, our accent's going to slowly start to dwindle off and, like, start to become more uniform.
It's similar to what would be the race issue, where with multiculturalism, the differences of races will not be so vast. Like they will start to be so intermingled.
I hope we live to see that, but I doubt we will, unfortunately.
Well, not for the entire world. Yeah, not for the entire world, but at least for different nations, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, it would be nice for things to be peaceful. It's a dream. I have a dream.
And that's why you always stay hopeful. Never give up.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't go wrong.
And fight for what's right.
Yeah.
To party.
I'm definitely no social justice warrior, but if I hear someone talking out their ass and being racist or stupid, I'll fucking stop them and be like, hey, man, there's no need to talk like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
At a minimum, yeah.
Hey, I have better reasons to hate people.
Call out to, I don't know, Geek. I don't know who's in the chat from the Geek Room, but if y'all want to join.
Geek Room is here, but he's
going to the zoo.
Said he had to go soon. Yeah.
Oh well.
And Badger said he'll be back in a bit if we're still going in a half an hour.
Well, that's possible, I suppose.
Who's Bridget Reese?
Saturday night. Who's who?
Saturday. I was just asking what Reese meant by who's Bridget. Said he wants to live long enough to meet Bridget.
Yeah, good question. Who is Bridget?
Yeah.
Bridget Bardot?
Who's Bridget Bardot?
I dated a girl named Bridget once in 7th grade for a couple weeks. She broke my heart.
Oh yeah, this is my own stream, and I'm not even
7th grade.
Around my avatar.
Which what?
I'm in my own stream, and I'm not even doing stupid things with my avatar. Like, what is wrong with me? That is a call. I haven't had a chance to do that.
No, it's
Are you sober?
Not just time coming up.
I'm
you
not
can
even
tell.
NotJah, are you growing up? Are you becoming an adult?
Bridget
Don't
the
do
midget.
this to me, man. Don't do this to me, man.
Definitely not becoming an adult.
I think it's his nappy time, just about.
Actually,
it's literally hell.
Had an entirely long week, and I'm actually just stoked that this is working. Has nobody had any buffering or anything? I want to know how the stream is going.
No, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any buffering happening since we got that thing straightened out there. So
that's awesome. We may have figured it out.
Yeah,
I need to make sure this works. Sorry, everyone.
Because everything looks like it's going through smoothly to me. Is what I was trying to say.
And thank you, Reese, for your input. Appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
Yay.
Maybe Jacob disappeared. Oh well.
Maybe Jacob disappeared. Yeah.
I did. We took forever to get this actually working. Even drive-by, I know. Oh, never be off to work.
Well, drive-by had to go to work, so, you know, he wasn't going to stick
I tried to
around
convince him to call him in, but he wouldn't do it.
No.
Yeah.
He can go to work.
Nadine?
Yes, son?
So, what was it that I had to do?
Inside of Chrome on your laptop, go into Settings, and down at the bottom, click on Advanced, and scroll way down, and it should say Use Hardware Acceleration.
How'd you get so computer savvy, Nadine? You're older than I am.
I got carpal tunnel syndrome, and they sent me back to school to do something that wouldn't bug my hands, and it was computers.
Yeah,
so
because
She's awesome like that.
Computers only got popular right after I graduated.
Yeah, and when I got carpal tunnel, I had to redo my resume to when I applied for schooling, and I literally, Mom had a computer, and I typed up my resume in Lotus 123, and every single time I needed to go down to a new line, it's, Mom, how do I get to a new line? Mom, how do I print it? Mom, what do I do? Mom, I need a capital. Mom, and then I do most computer stuff now without even thinking about it.
And you can type.
And I can type, yeah.
I want to teach myself type. Go ahead, Russ.
I was just going to say the use hardware acceleration when available.
Yeah, uncheck that.
Yeah, uncheck it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be. I think it's on by default, and uncheck it, and it should. That's what helped you, right, NotJah? That's what fixed it for you.
Pretty sure that is what it was. Yes.
Yeah, and I remembered it when I was starting to talk to NotJah today, and it's like, oh, he had the same problem. I think. It's like, well, what do we do to fix it? I can't remember.
Okay, there may be 2 of the pig in here for a minute.
Okay.
Just because I want to see if that's
2 pigs.
What happened.
Okay.
That's all right.
Okay,
now,
2 pigs.
I got something to discuss for the quick moment. One of my polls has come in complete. A very noble 15 votes. The question is, should I refrain from utilizing this platform, being Twitter, to express my personality when it does not regard religion, or should I continue? Only 7% said refrain, and 93% said continue.
Yeah.
So I can continue.
Yeah,
Yay.
Yeah,
I'd say
Twitter.
continue. It's your Twitter. Who cares if it's like if you know your character is you, like it's who you are.
Yeah, and remember, we're not Christians. Everything we do doesn't have to revolve around our lack of beliefs or beliefs. So
yeah,
we're more than just atheists.
That's a good point.
That's a very small part of us.
Both good points. Yeah.
Yeah, and I always find it's you know, if you're going to have there's two pigs mute one of yourself.
Jeez, Rush, you're 15 hours ahead of me, NotJah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Thank you.
Probably, yeah.
Sorry about that.
I was bracing for the echo.
I always thought it was like 12 or 13, but 2 pigs.
Oh, God.
Hey, talking about pigs, you wanted to hear something funny? The city I live in, we have a festival every Labor Day. We used to be at one time called the hog capital of the world. We're not no more. There's still a lot of hogs around. So like they have the hog days, and like you get pork chop sandwiches and all that, and go and spend $200 for a $2 toy, you know, that kind of thing.
Let me know if I'm really fanny or anything. It will be really for a second.
What'd you say about fanny?
I gotta turn on my fanny.
Shouldn't Josiah be the one doing that?
I know.
Damn. He's there asleep
my
in the
fan
corner.
is. Yeah, he's there asleep in the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he there? That is awesome.
Oh, not there.
Well, no, not physically here. He's on my tablet.
I'm supposed to be going out to Oregon in like November to hang out with Mad for a
Oregon.
couple weeks.
Well, that's when Josiah is coming out here. Is in November.
I've never been to the West Coast, so I'd like to go out there.
That's awesome.
Their weed is phenomenal, I've heard.
Quick question for everybody.
Like
Sorry, because I normally ask this earlier, but how's the audio for everyone, as well as what the Reese listening to it on YouTube? I want to know if all our levels are good. Because I know we sound good. I know we sound good here, but I want to make sure on the old YouTube, because sometimes it'll be different. Hey, they. How you doing, buddy? Oh, God, moly.
My phone's ringing.
Yeah.
How about that?
Remember to... Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to take it, but... Yeah. They,
I have a call.
You're welcome to join if you want. Somebody throw a link. I should really, set a... Nadine, would you be my moderator for or are you not awake yet?
Yeah. Well, I'm sending Day a link. Like as soon as you said to send Day a link, I started to pull up my Twitter and send Day a link.
And thank you kindly, Nadine. That'd be fun.
You know I'm gonna do that. And yeah, you can like what do you mean moderator is in the stream?
I was thinking like
you're not set up with me on.
If I'm slow on the old chat machine.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of paying attention, but I'm not. I'm sort of paying attention because
I'll help her too,
I'm building. I'm building.
Hey, Crimson Fucker, how you doing?
There we go.
Oh damn, doing nice.
It's almost like it's. I'll get a better picture up on Twitter, but it's coming along nicely. I had a big chunk of it done.
I forgot to change my tweet. That's hilarious. When I started the stream, my tweet, I think it's this one anyway. Apparently, 25th of August. That's today. First live stream on my channel with Fenrir the God Eater and an atheist in Iowa.
Oh, is that what the thumbnail says?
No, that's what YouTube sent out on my Twitter because it was preset on send out a tweet.
Oh, okay.
Like, fuck! Now I'm the twat.
That's okay.
Maybe I'll get Fenrir and Iowan in here and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Hey Joshua.
Joshua. Hi Joshua.
9:12. How to fucking get 20 out of that? Is that in the morning or the night, mate?
Cross stitching leads to alternative lifestyle chooses.
Next thing you know, be spending up all your money on thread and shit.
I know. It's like you'd think I had a ton of crafting supplies and cross stitching, crochet, and everything else here.
Get caught breaking into the quilting box store to get your fix.
I know. It's start twitching and yeah, it's like I stopped for a second and I'm already twitching. Like, come on, gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. I literally practically go insane trying to stop for a minute. It's like must do something with my hands. Must do something. What part am I working on? I'm doing the mirror. Mirror
on the wall.
Mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? It's me.
Fabulous of them all.
It's me, because everybody else is not nearly as fabulous as I am. At least this morning. Bad hair included.
What, spooky bed hair?
It's a little. It's probably a little bit spooky.
You got insane once.
As crafty as Helen Keller. That's funny.
So, how's work been treating you, Molly?
Long hours, man. Long hours. Got to get that corn out of the field and shit. Get it in the dryers. Yeah. Shitty, but it's all right.
So you're having corny days?
Yeah, I'm having corny days.
D.
What? Yeah. I just got a mixture of corny days, and then corn makes me think of the straw man, which is butt stuff, and then corn went up your ass.
That went south fast.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take long. Doesn't take long when NotJah's around.
It doesn't take long for any of us, to be honest with you.
Most of us, really. We're all pretty bad.
None of us are exactly very politically correct.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, not bad. I can only join for a few minutes because I have show work, over at Area 51 this morning.
Oh, of course.
But I figured I'd at least pop in and say hi.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely.
Are you testing the new military fighter jet?
Oh, yeah, that. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what I would do to get my hands on that spinning thing.
We'll just upload the experience for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I can't wait to give this a go tonight.
By the way, Nadine, that did not work.
Oh, fuck.
That did not work?
Didn't work.
Okay.
Boo-hoo.
God damn it, Russ. Why do you have to be so difficult?
Yeah, exactly.
Look, it's not me being difficult.
That's what they all say.
It says the guy that it took, how many months have we tried to really get this working? Like, night after night, morning, or whatever it might be, trying to get mine going. And only tonight has it finally worked.
Yeah.
The stars have aligned.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but we've been trying to, between you not taking a minute when you wake up in the evening, instead watching live streams all night while I'm awake, and then I go to bed, and then I gotta wake up early in the morning just to catch up with ya.
I don't stop for every live stream. There's only...
This is every live stream last night.
Well, I can't even remember what live stream... Oh, that's my this morning. Yeah, no.
That was your this morning.
That was the Iowan and then the engineer. Okay, I can't...
And then the Iowan again.
And then the Iowan again. So what am I meant to do? And no, actually, seriously, everybody. No, okay, seriously. The first one, I probably would have given up if it was just some random show, but it wasn't. The first one, we ended up doing a fundraiser for the Atheists, who we all know on Twitter.
Yeah.
And we, within, just over an hour, raised, was it $500 plus for a laptop for him?
$510 for a laptop for him, yeah.
And then the GE thing, I've literally managed to completely forget. It was some flat earth bullshit. Because
I did too. I joined late.
The next Iowan one was an interview with Armin from Atheist Republic, and fuck me dead, was that one of the best streams you could ever watch. Even in a post, VOD squad, it'll be good. It was such a good stream. So I would have killed it today. I'm sorry, I had to watch.
I know. I know when with all those, I'm just like, he's not gonna, he's not gonna take the time. And I woke up early So you're all good. I managed to wake up early to help.
I really appreciate that. Because we got it working.
Yeah. Even though I only got like 4 hours sleep, but that's okay.
Yeah, whenever I was listening
like old
to
times,
the
Nadine.
Atheists.
Sorry.
Yeah. True.
Russ.
I was just saying
hello.
that.
Sorry, Russ. Hangtan, Marshall, Villager, Watchtower will fail. Are you an ex-dub by any chance? And then after this, Russ, you can go back because they'll like answer in their own time. You can talk again. I should have done that in the chat now that I think about it. I just got excited. Go ahead, Russ.
Well, what I was saying was I caught that Activist one, and he was doing it while as I was leaving work, and whenever he said that they were doing the fundraiser, I was already driving, and so I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to donate so badly, but I was driving, and I'd have to pull out my card and enter the information while I was driving, and that just does not. That does not is not. That's a recipe for disaster, especially in Houston traffic.
Yeah, well, it's probably still open if you really wanted to. But yeah, they definitely hit their goal.
Because I got home, and the fiance's like, "Yeah, no, we can't do that at all. We have bills." And I'm like, "Oh
yeah." Yeah, it's rough, eh?
I think
I shared it out.
I think they continued it for a mic, a good mic for him. So that
well, they were gonna for some food and stuff because he does Meals on Wheels, and sometimes they don't bring him the kind of meal he needs, so he doesn't. He goes without those days.
I don't like to. Like, let's face it. I've mentioned the fact that I'm disabled, so it means a bit to me. But he's a disabled vet.
Yeah.
There's nobody in the world that deserves more compassion and respect. And the fact that he's out there online in being such a significant character, active, being an activist for us, like, it's the least we could do. So it was great to see.
Ow, ow, pokey. Pokey. So, I'm just getting skewered by some needles. No big deal.
She's getting kebabbed.
Kebabbed in a bad spot.
Kebabbed.
I'm gonna end up shrinking soon because.
Doesn't that word sound like the chorus of a 50 song? Kebab. Kebab. It's a great word. I like it. Kebab.
It is a fun word to say.
Just rolls off your tongue.
Yeah, kebab. Kebab.
The Bee Gees are intimidating me, dude. They keep walking toward me all hard and shit. Like they're gonna fight.
You wanna fight, bro? Oh no! Wait, wait.
Want to have a dance off, bitch?
You want to have a dance off, bitch? You want to fight me? I'll fight you.
That's
too funny.
Probably the worst Bee Gees impression you'll ever get from me, but that's what you get.
Actually, the Bee Gees kind of get a bad rap. They did one disco song. They were actually a rock band. They did one disco song, and that fucking haunted them forever, dude. Like, no one would take them seriously after that.
Look, I won't lie. Those boys were born, an hour, not even an hour north of me. Bee Gees are awesome. What are you talking about? Who gives them shit? I'm kidding.
No, I'm just saying they got a shit deal.
They are the stereotype of disco, and disco got a bad rap because when it fell hard. So that's definitely the big point, because they did do. It was more than one song, but they had a good run of disco.
A disco band, all right. They weren't initially a disco band, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I wouldn't really consider them a disco band. They just hung out in that fad for a while it was there.
AC/DC would beat up the Bee Gees. Maybe not now, but they would have back in the day.
Yeah, like, yeah, probably. But the problem is that...
what would have Black Sabbath done?
What about Black Sabbath?
I said, what would have Black Sabbath done?
Oh, they would have probably eaten them or something. I don't know. They were pretty weird. I feel lucky to have seen the original lineup of Black Sabbath in '99. I felt pretty honored to see the original lineup. That was cool.
I never saw them. I saw Bon Jovi and Skid Row in...
That'd be a cool show.
90, I think, and Aerosmith and Skid Row in 90.
I still haven't seen
Aerosmith. One of the coolest concerts I've ever seen that I was blown away by, that I got free tickets, so I just went for free. You know, it was Def Leppard and Journey. I liked a few Journey songs. I liked a few Def Leppard songs.
Yeah.
But Journey fucking blew me away live, dude. They are fucking phenomenal. They are so tight. Oh my God, they were good. They were fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the best things I've ever seen live.
I told Reese to have fun in the shower.
Yeah, I know. I caught that bit. I was... All I could think is, yeah, that's our Reese.
Since when are our streams PG?
So yeah, since when is not just stream PG? Like, for really?
Oh, okay. I'll only really worry about that one.
My craft channel's PG.
Oh, that's crafting.
Yeah, exactly. But
you can't get too wild with crafting. I guess you could like throw up gang signs while you're doing it. Shit, maybe smoke crack or something. Liven it up a little bit.
Yeah, that would be a bit much.
Make it a little more gangsta.
Gangster.
Gangsta crafting. Yo, dog, I made you a scarf to show your colors.
All right, everyone, I'm gonna have to get running along. Thanks for the invite and all that.
Okay. Have a wonderful day, Dave.
Yeah, you enjoy yourself today. Have fun with that aircraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The aircraft. Right.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
All right, everybody, have a good day.
Have fun with the thing and doing the thing and feel censoring isn't.
Catch you there.
As the Beach Boys say, don't fit the funk.
Bye.
I don't know if they really say that, but I would if I was a BG.
For the people in the chat who don't know who they are, they pretty much, like, in short, this probably, I'm gonna lose my paycheck this month, but they run they almost run the Illuminati. They run the financial department, I think it is, and so they're
you're definitely losing your check, by the way.
Yeah, I know. They're a great channel though. If you want to know the ins and outs of everything that goes on in the Illuminati, go check they out. I would link them in the chat, but I'm so lazy right now.
I'll go do it.
I was going to ask Reese to do it because I can see you working. I'm in the middle of drinking my beer. How am I meant to drink?
Yeah,
Reese is in the shower. Fuck. What about you, Molly? You got a wrench? I was going. Yes.
Oh yeah. What do you want me to do?
You can hear. No, I was like, nothing. No, I was gonna say you got a wrench as well.
Dave's channel.
You could have shared Dave's channel. You know.
Oh yeah.
You're perfectly capable.
I am indeed.
I wrench people that can link. I mean, the people that can be wrenched can be. The link and the wrench go one in hand. All the same.
Of course, I'm not finding Dave.
I'm going there right now.
Yeah.
Okay. My channel list is
it's
603.
like a race. Who gets there first?
It's my subscriptions. It says show 603 more channels, and they is at like the bottom of the list. It takes forever.
I know. And you can't even just type him into the search because you don't get, like, he's a part of the Illuminati. You don't get it. It won't show up in the search. You have to be linked
Yeah,
to
it's
this guy.
definitely. Yeah, they won't show up.
Good answer. Good answer, Russ. I can accept that answer.
Russ, I thought you were showering. Come on.
No, wasn't it
I'm
Reese?
not showering.
Oh, Reese was showering. Russ
You
is there. Yeah, sorry.
Bloody sleepy lady,
I'm all
you need more
confused.
coffee.
I do. I'll be right back.
Yeah, good choice.
Looks like I beat everyone to it.
Oh, Russ, champion. You bullshitting little motherfucker. You piggy, you saying you're too lazy, like a fucking pig in mud. But no, you were actually doing a bit of hunting down in the background. You sneaky.
It didn't even. I didn't even have to hunt it down.
Yeah, I know.
All I did was
I know. You were the only smart
chat.
one that. Exactly. I know. I was waiting. I was hoping
That's what
somebody
I did too,
else.
but I'm slow today.
And I'm like, am I actually going to have to do this myself? Like, if I click this, it's
Oh,
going
you
to
already
fuck
did
up the Hangouts. And no, I know. I'm saying what I was like. Russ is a champ like that until he goes and he's a little piggy.
Russ is a champion.
Until it's time for me to do a video of my own, then I'm just like, yeah, that ain't gonna get done right now.
Oh, I know that feeling. Have you seen when the last video I uploaded was? And even most of the videos I've been uploading were like not necessarily my own.
The last
like
video you uploaded.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
but the last video you uploaded was the, if I'm not mistaken, the anti-ordinary one that you did for Tatted Atheist.
Yeah.
And all you had to do was just take the video you made for him, add your intro, and bam, there.
Yeah, no, but it's not even that, because then I did the
Why do anything right now when you can procrastinate?
I did the mirror for Armin. Oh, I keep calling him Armin. And, because that was just a fantastic video. But even then, before that, a lot of them are kind of not... I did what was it? When I had that interview with Neil, I just chopped it up in a couple pieces. Because I was like, I just can't be bothered doing another video this week. So I'm just going to edit this quickly and we're sweet.
And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think you even added your intro to it.
No, I just chopped it up. And then there was the sofa one, because it dropped, and I was like, oh, sweet, okay. You know, I've had a while off, and now it's really hard to get back into it. Like, I've kept up. I think the only ones I've really been working on are the Wonder Lady responses. I've done one or two of them. And, yeah. I mean, they're a lot of fun, but even that, I'm like, oh, I'm already running. Like, I've been working on the roast now, so I'm falling behind on my Wonder Lady responses. I'm like, so much work. Streams are a lot easier.
Yeah.
Should do it more often.
Yeah.
Wait, so why are you still a double? I thought it didn't work. Are you still trying?
It didn't. I forgot to. I just didn't get out of the one on my laptop, but I can end that one now.
Oh well, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Good idea, because the whole double pig. I mean, it's hard enough having one pig on my screen, let alone two.
Yeah. The pig's drunk. You're seeing double.
Yeah. Wait, the
pig's
pig's
drunk.
The pig's drunk, and I'm seeing double.
Well, you're probably drunk too.
Shut up. That's not the point.
You know what? Everyone, except for me, because I'm
in
out.
hindsight, that doesn't make as much sense as I thought it did. But okay, I'll give you that one. All right, touche.
Oh God, you gotta love
Look,
those.
the pig's
though.
drunk, so
Yeah.
you know he's seeing double, and so
Is
he
that
made
Boss
sure that
Hog?
everybody was seeing double.
It looks like Boss
That's what
Hog,
it was.
kinda.
So, yeah, that you doubled down on Molly's bad. You know, like.
Guess what? I don't really care much.
Yeah, that's why we love
I do
you.
what?
I do what I want.
Whatever. I do what I want.
Oh, that was actually that's pretty sweet. You're not bad at your vocals. God, I'm pretty shit at the moment. can't do it because I got a fucking filter on.
You guys are down here.
Yeah.
Take my
Yeah, your
bag
filter
down here.
sound different.
So did it go to the animals while I was gone?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had an animal farm.
Oh, we dropped an animal.
innocent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of the
Oh
pigs
yeah,
passed out.
we're down to one pig.
One of them got too drunk, passed out.
Oh, or did he get made into bacon?
Ooh,
He was delicious.
It was my
Thank
cousin
God.
that he got made into bacon.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry for your loss. You must have been delicious.
What are you talking about?
No, he
Russ
was a
cannibalized him.
a delicious dick. Well then.
Oh no, God, the good one is streaming as well. How dare you, God, the good one? I should jump into his stream and tell him to fucking stop streaming. Come and join us.
He's always streaming, isn't he?
No,
God the
he
good
one.
almost is. Yeah,
Oh.
God the good one. Oh, yeah, he's a good God. I like that God.
Save the pig. I prefer beef, but I'll eat some bacon.
I'm with you there.
Right,
I prefer the beef. There is nothing better than a nice, chunky, juicy steak, well cooked. Fucking, oh my God, over Barbie.
Oh, you mean to tell me you don't want to just fucking live on leafy greens and fucking fruits and vegetables? That'd be fucking awesome.
Fuck off, I would die. I'm sorry, I grew up in the outback where there is no such thing as green. Just anything. Unless you're smoking it. But
my idea of vegetables is maybe potatoes, but that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, potatoes was a
Yeah,
big thing.
potatoes are veggie.
Maybe it's some onions for flavor. That's about it.
Until
The
maybe
Crimson
the
Cur-
mid-90s
says
was when
hashtag
things
save
got
the pig.
imported.
No, we don't want to.
No.
Murder the pig.
Not
We're
my
talking
cousin.
about
He was
eating
a
the
dick.
pig.
He deserved to be made into bacon.
He was a tasty dick.
Uh,
You heard it here, folks. Russ's
It
cousin had a
says,
tasty dick.
Pig.
Cooked as in burnt or cooked. No, not burnt. I don't like charcoal. Sorry, Crimson fucker. No, just well cooked.
Why are
like-
cops called pigs? Does
Look, I
anybody
don't
know?
like charcoal and I also don't like my fucking meat bloody still.
I don't know. I'm
Young
not sure. I
Blue.
never really thought about it.
Me neither. I just
Who
wondered that. I mean, there's much dirtier animals that could have been
I
called.
have you, don't I? Are you,
Marble.
No, I'll stop talking. Yeah, marble.
Or
Yeah, you are
blue.
marble. I thought you are marble. What am I thinking? Yeah, you're blue marble on Twitter. No, you've.
Yeah.
Well, you're okay.
You can join in there right now, probably, if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm actually making the effort this time because I thought I won't be a lazy cunt. But y'all, you know.
Oh, can't hear you, NotJah.
Fuck off.
Don't shoot the messenger.
What do you mean you
We're
can't
also
hear me?
supposed to shoot.
Who? Well, you can hear me now, yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, you're kind of cutting in and out for a second there.
Well, this is why I was telling y'all to send the stupid link. Not really, I'm just being a dick. Who am I sending it
You
to?
being
I
a dick.
forgot.
I cannot believe it.
I know.
It's shocking.
There we go. I
Shocking.
found it, Blue.
Blung blung.
Now
I
what
just
am
got a blung
sharing?
blung. What time is it? It's 11
Let me
o'clock.
share that.
11:08. My blung blung is 8 minutes late.
You're blong blong.
In the
Yeah, my
mornings.
pills. My notification to remember to take my pills that I already
Take your
took.
drugs.
I just thought you might have been speaking French or something. You're from Canada, so. I
Uh,
thought blong blong was a word.
Bonjour.
It sounds French,
Okay,
don't it?
tell-
My blong blong.
Blung blung.
I looked
Somebody's-
up why cops are called pigs,
Yeah.
and according to this article, it looks like I think it's on Wikipedia or something. I don't know. Let me scroll back up. Yeah, it looks like it's a Wikimedia list.
Wikimedia.
Yeah,
Think the
Wikimedia.
wikis are there now.
Yeah, and now I gotta scroll back down. Give me a sec.
but bacon is love.
Okay, so it
Bacon
says.
is. Yeah.
It says this derogatory term was frequently used during the 19th century, disappeared for a while, but reappeared during the 20th and 21st century. It became frequently used again during the 1960s and 1970s in the underground and anti-establishment culture, now prevalent in many English-speaking countries.
Yes, Russ.
It's also
can I
used
stop?
in anti-authority, punk, goth, metalhead, biker, mobster, and hip-hop
I
circles.
just want to ask a question.
OZ Magazine showed a picture of a pig dressed as a
I'm gonna fucking
policeman
mute you.
on a front cover, and the term inspired pig cops in the game Duke Nukem.
Okay, but still, that didn't say why.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
Now, this is why, in the Bobby days of England, the cops,
you're like muffled again.
Why am I muffled again?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You have a sock in your mouth?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
That's just
one guess. You're good now.
I don't know. But anyway, the first thing I thought was the Bobby days of England when they'd have, it's a bit cartoonish, you know, those silly straps, and I had to have them under the chin, and I was just like, I imagined it under the nose, pushing the nose up, you know, like a
that makes sense.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's real, but...
Weren't they called even bobbies or peelers back then, though?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a fucking clue, to be honest. I just thought of it as a cartoonish look.
Well, the guy that started the first police force, his name was Robert Peeler. So they're called peelers and bobbies.
Crimson reckons everyone else hears me just fine. Hey, am I chopping up for anyone other than Nadine?
No, you're sounding okay right now.
Yeah.
So this is coming from Cora, and the answer is from Benjamin Bender, former detective at St. Louis Metropolitan Police. He says, in the Marine Corps, a pig is a primarily instructed gunman, i.e. a basically trained rifleman or infantryman. And he goes on talking about the military, but then he goes on and says, police, according to the sources I have read, began being called pigs in the mid to early 60s. There are no references to law enforcement being called pigs in any documentation until 1965 by Vietnam protesters. The term became widely known and part of the vernacular today. But in the New York Times, February 1965, in an article describing the signs carried by protesters in an anti-war march.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it has ties to the military, I'm guessing, but they started calling them during the protest of Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
And that's probably where the link came from, was pig.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
I thought maybe it's because pigs are always fucking, pigs are real nosy and always sticking their nose in everything. So maybe that's why they're called pigs.
Yeah, could be. But I guess nobody really documented. There's a couple in here, Sour Blaze. I guess. I'm not all sure who are X-Dubs.
I think it's just NotJah.
No, there's another one in the chat.
Oh, you mean in the chat? Oh.
Yeah.
Am I the only person that was an atheist since birth?
Sort of. I never believed. But I went to church and stuff.
Oh, I went to church a couple times, but they didn't like me when I went there because I was contemptuous and fucking I sneered at them. So they said.
I never really bought into it either.
Yeah. Even as a child, I'm like, this is bullshit, dude. This don't even make sense.
Yeah, no, it never made sense to me either. I never said anything, but it never made sense to me either. It was like, it's just too weird.
Oh, yeah, I lack the ability to not say stuff. I always open my mouth, unfortunately.
Well, it's not that I didn't say, like...
No, it's a good thing that you don't.
I couldn't verbalize why it wasn't making sense, so I never really said anything. And then when I started listening to to some of the channels and stuff, like I've mostly started with the flat earth stuff and then got into the atheist stuff. And what was it? The guy that used to be a DJ, he's got a great voice. His wife's a Christian.
I'm lost. I don't know.
Oh gosh, what's his name?
I found another thing about pigs and stuff.
You're really getting into the whole pig thing. I'm starting like you're from the south and you're really liking pigs. I'm kind of worrying about you, man.
No,
But,
it's
okay,
just that whenever I don't ever just look at one answer, and so I go through different answers. And
No.
this one
Combine
says
them.
that it has origins all the way back in 1811.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one says. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm still looking for the name of the guy that I was talking about, so you go ahead.
Oh, okay. So it says, unlike so many other nicknames for the police, such as cops and the fuzz, this particular term has a relatively well-known origin. You see, starting around the 16th century, pig began being used in English as a derogatory term for people, whether police or not, as it still sometimes is used today. It took about 3 more centuries, but this particular insult inevitably became a popular nickname for oft insults of police officers, with the first documented reference to this being in the Dictionary of Buckish Slang, University Wit and Pickpocket Eloquence, published in London in 1811. In it, the pertinent line in question is, "The pigs frisked my panty and nailed my screws," meaning the officers searched my house and seized my picklocks.
18th century slang is awesome.
Neat. Yeah.
Or 19th century.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Thinking Atheist. Why did it take me so long to figure that out?
Oh, okay. I know who he is.
Yeah, I was watching one of his shows, and it was, he said it was something about when the Bible stories being a tale of incest and genocide. And I'm like, ding, 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 ding. That was exactly the problem with the whole Bible stories that I couldn't quite figure out, and you know, you end up kind of going, that's the word, that's what it was, that's what I couldn't quite put my finger on when I was a kid. You know, and it's like, it makes perfect sense now that it's been verbalized.
I just can't believe how superstitious people still are and how advanced we have become. Like, I mean, they don't really, you wouldn't think they would go together, would you?
No, you wouldn't. Yeah. No, you wouldn't. And I can't say I've never been superstitious. I was a little, but
everybody is a little bit, you know. I mean, everybody's done the knock on wood kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Still all the time. Knock on wood, and it's usually the top of my head. Because who doesn't do that?
Have you guys ever been to jail?
Not myself.
Not me.
No.
Okay, well,
in the
you're not
sense of in for the wrong reasons, anyway.
Well, what is there right reasons to go to jail?
I study criminology and criminal justice.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what you meant then. Okay, like,
Definitely.
I don't think the reason they sent me was wrong. I mean, they did, but I didn't. But anyway, point being is you should see all them people in there, dude. Like,
Molly, I didn't mean any judgment by saying the wrong reason. I just meant by saying not for doing anything illegal and getting. Yeah, I was like,
I didn't even offense to it. I was just saying that most people are always like, I don't think I deserved what I got. You know, I mean, that's just the way it is. Everybody in jail's innocent.
No, there's, and most,
but what else
most a lot of them are like that too.
You should see, like, dude, it is insane. Like, fucking, like, guys on the street, they're fucking like, they act like total thugs and shit, and they're selling dope, beating up their old ladies and shit. They get in jail and they're fucking like all Bible studying and shit. I'm like, what the? Come on, you fake motherfuckers. I'm like, really? They're like, come on, man, you want to join our Bible study? I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks anyway.
No.
I'm good, thanks
I can at least
anyway.
admit that I'm a shithead.
This is torture enough already. I'm in jail. I don't want to go to church too.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Oh, that's just retarded. Yeah, that's one thing that pisses me off, like to no like nothing else, is that murderers and everybody else, you know, all they have to do is accept God, and they'll all
they're
be
forgiven for
forgiven,
their sins.
and they're all forgiven for their sins, and
Yeah.
you know, they go to jail and they become Bible thumpers, and they'll be forgiven, and then
I wonder how little Timmy
shit.
would feel that his murderer is going to be sitting on a cloud next to him in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, Timmy's gonna end up going to hell because he didn't believe before he died.
Or he touched himself, and the murderer gets to go to heaven, and then Timmy goes to hell for touching himself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. The Catholics are all about that anti-masturbation shit. Maybe that's why the priests are always fucking jacking off little boys, because they can't do it themselves.
Yeah, and yeah, that's you know, that's what always got me is, you know, children are so terrible, but like when I was a kid, like I always tried to feed starving children. Like, how is that so bad? You know, maybe I didn't know how to do it, but you know, I tried sending my leftovers.
I remember when I was younger, like kids that went to church, you know, that I would overhear them talking about like going to hell if they're not good and shit. I'm like, why would you terrify a child like that? Like, oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna be fucking burning for eternity if you're not good. Like, really, dude? Come on.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is screwed up. Like, I don't remember that being like a focus of the teachings, but I don't really remember much from that age.
I
went through a lot of
in the way they do their teaching. They
depends on what religion it is.
Well, I also don't remember a lot of my childhood because I went through a lot of physiotherapy, and you kind of just block out pain.
Yeah.
And hence all the associated stuff with that pain. So, like, it was, like, I know it's not nearly as much as NotJah's gone through, but still, it was a lot. And
I don't. Everybody's had pain. I don't think we can compare pains. Everybody has their own pain.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, what's horrible for me might not be horrible for you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And
so I don't downplay anybody's pain.
I can tolerate like we'll say 99.99% of the pain I've ever had. I can pretty much tolerate, but that's because I was born premature and you know, went through physiotherapy from the time I was born till I was 15 or so, because my everything from just above the knee down wasn't fully developed properly, and so all the tendons were too short. So I could have been a ballerina pretty easily. But that would have screwed my back up more than it was already screwed up. So
I could have been one too, except for I'm fat and fucking about as nimble as a bull in china shop.
Yeah, no, that's about it. Actually, that was touched on MythBusters. MythBusters did the bull in the china shop.
Oh yeah, they did. Bulls actually are agile.
They are agile and careful. They never knocked anything over. And it was like a packed china shop that they did. And the whole place was glass.
Now look, I'll bring up a word that normally brings people to mind of what an American rodeo is, and granted we have similar kind of things here, but it's not them the same. But we also in our rodeos have what is it's like what you'd have imagine a ranch for Olympics. So it's like for all your horses and cattle, how well you can herd things.
Yeah.
You know, they do a lot of shows like that, you know. And that's what we would throw into the same thing as being a rodeo. It'll be all the shows in the same, and then at the night they'd do the actual rodeo part.
Yeah. It's like sounds like the stuff they do at a Triple H. Is it Triple H Club?
Well, we have Future Farmers of America and the Triple H Club both in America.
Yeah.
Here.
Well,
I don't know if all parts of America have FFA.
Go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry. I started the interruption of NotJah. I just wanted the comparison accurate. Go ahead.
Now all I've got is wondering what Triple H is in my head, and I remember I started talking about a rodeo, and
4-H, that's it. 4-H.
4-H, that's what it is. Triple H is the wrestler.
Yeah, no, it's the 4-H club. It sounds like what you were describing, NotJah, that the whole herding and the cattle thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With 4-H, what they do with 4-H is like at the beginning of the year, and most of the time it happens right before the school. Oh, go ahead.
No, I literally cannot even remember what I was bringing it up for now. Like, no, because I immediately knew if I brought up rodeo, it was something about going to a rodeo and that part of it. And I just knew if I just said it, people would be like, I don't like rodeos because they do, and I'm like, that's not where I'm going.
No.
So I gave that
Rodeos are
preface,
kinda cool,
but by
actually.
giving that preface, I completely forgot the point of why I was bringing it up.
Well, what you were saying was that y'all tie in livestock and raising and cattle and
Herding and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know, and that was the preface of it, though, so that you knew that it wasn't talking about just that typical violent.
Okay.
That's right. It was the
Rodeo
precision
thing.
of the cattle and stuff. We were talking about Mythbusters, and it was just that fact that obviously you guys have got similar things to that over there, and you can sort of see even just in herding them how precise they can be. You know, like you're herding them within a 1.5 or a 3 meter gate fence, depending on what sort of gate you're herding them into, and the whole herd will just flock into that thing, no problems. You know, maybe one will get pushed on the way through, but it's not by their own volition. You know, they are precise. They're great creatures, and it goes with a lot of animals. Maybe not sheep.
This is going to get a little dark, but I worked in a couple of abattoirs, and I think that the animals know when they're getting ready to die, dude.
Oh,
I really do. Like they
can see,
especially hogs. Hogs are smart as hell, dude. They are not having that. They will fucking do anything to try to get away from you. They know that they're like, this is it.
Animals have more enhanced senses than we do. Like, you know how dogs can sense the smell and.
Do you think they can like smell it on our skin or something? Like our intentions, maybe something like that.
Not necessarily the intentions, but just certain traits, like chemical traits, even that we don't pick up that they might. We don't know, but there are some animals. That
you got to think that.
You know. Yeah, Russ.
Yeah, you also got to think that. So this can also go to the whole entire learning thing because, for instance, if you're a pig and you see some people take a pig into this one particular shed or whatever, and that pig doesn't come back, and then you see another one and another one.
Where'd my homie go?
You realize that the animal will start to. I believe that the animal will start to realize that place is a place where pigs don't come back, or whatever animal it is. And so then once you go for them, they then know, okay, this means it's my time.
But wait, yes. But the question here is, what is the intent of? Because you could also swing that and say that they might look at that as their freedom. That those pigs are going free. They don't know the end.
I think they're smarter than that.
No, I know, but I'm just going by what Russ was saying. You know, because he was automatically saying that, implying that they're seeing those pigs leave without seeing what happens. They're just getting the feeling that it's the end, as in a bad thing, not as they could see it as an end to where they currently are being held, and they can escape. They might look at that as, you know, getting to run free into the, you know, pastures, whatever. I don't know. It depends on what animal. But you know what I mean? Like, and so some animals, because a lot of animals, if they aren't in that physical,
I guess I could close off my live dashboard and my Streamlabs and all that crap, eh?
Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know you still had all that up. Sorry.
I had all that crap open.
I mean, we're only guessing on how smart animals are. I mean, and we're judging their intelligence by our intelligence. That doesn't mean that they're not intelligent, right? I mean, we can't judge someone else's intelligence by our own.
Well, actually, they do a lot of tests on different animals to see how
Yeah,
intelligent
I
they
know.
are and
I know they
how
do.
much
But
they learn.
it's
So you know, I think it's
it could
probably
it could be that they because they've evolved so very separately from us for a little while now, that there are brain structures for communication that are now wired differently specifically for us as humans, that aren't the same way as animals, in which case it could be a way that there is a communication form that we are completely unfamiliar with, or we just don't
Right.
understand the extent to. And is that
Yeah.
sort of what you were going to, Molly? Like this
Yeah,
whole...
yeah. I mean, kind of like how dolphins like have they have their own names, and they could tell each other
Yeah.
apart by their I mean, there's a lot smarter than people give them credit for, or than people realize. And not give them credit, but get more smart than people realize.
We give
Yeah.
labels to those signals that we can identify, and we say, well, that to us is them giving their names because it seems to be an identifying feature, or that seems to be a
Right,
place because that. But realistically, we still don't really know what
No, we're just
type of
guessing, right?
communication.
But we
Yeah.
can,
No, but
but by observing them,
Molly, we can know
Yeah.
what that end result is. We can know that they mean
Right.
this is the name of that dolphin, or this is the place that they mean. But what we can't do is
Right.
understand exactly what word is being said, or if it's a word, or
Right,
you
right.
know, what
Yeah.
is
Right.
going on in
Getcha.
between, basically. And that is the
Right.
beauty.
We only see the finished product.
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
in that vein, I had a dog that you come home, and as long as you were talking to her, she'll talk back to you and say whatever. And there was one day I came home and she just, you roll down the window. How are you doing today, Saba? And she started, "Ah, rah, 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 rah." And I mean, she wouldn't shut up, and she just kept going and going and going. And I'm like, okay. And then she, "Ah, rah," and left. And like, "Ah, rah," is like, "See you later." I've learned that. Like, just because I don't understand what she's saying doesn't mean she doesn't understand what I'm saying, because she knew what
Right.
I was saying, like, all the time. And I went into the house. I'm like, okay, what did the dog do today? Because she told me some story and I haven't got a clue what it was. And apparently that day she climbed up the scaffolding because it was at my ex's parents' place. They were redoing the roof.
Mhm.
And so the dog climbed up the ladder to the scaffolding, climbed up the other ladder to the roof. It was a 2-story house, and ran out to the peak and sat on the peak and talked to herself as she was looking around. It's like, there's the pond, there's the King of the Hill pile, and all this kind of stuff. And then she barked all of a sudden when a squirrel started chirping, and back down the scaffolding and down a couple of steps of the ladder, and then jumps off and runs around. And it's like, she knew exactly what she was telling me, and I didn't have a clue. But she told me every word of that story. She was like an excited kid telling you, "Mom, Dad, I did this today and did this today and did this today." And she did the exact same thing. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's so, just because we don't understand what these animals are saying doesn't mean that they're not going to tell us anyway.
Right. I mean, it's probably dull and boring what they're telling you. Like, I chased my tail, I chased a bug, I want a bone, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I'm sure that dogs are like little drug addicts. They only have one thing on their mind.
well, most of the time it was, whenever I got home, it was I got a squirrel treat, get the gun. That's what she said. She's, and then you follow her into the bush. But hi, Badger.
I'm not a clone. I promise you, I'm alive.
And Red says, "Holy
Hello,
shit,
Badger.
Mo's alive." Oh, I guess you saw that.
Yeah.
Red.
Yep. All right.
It's harvest season, Red. I've been busy.
Is this working?
Hey, there
Now you are.
Yes,
Hey.
it is. How you going, mate?
Good. I thought I'd messed it all up, turning my little animated thing off.
That's right. We've had enough fuck-ups tonight. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah. No, we are professionals.
Fucking
of course, yeah.
It's family fucking friendly too, just so you know.
Yes.
Yep. Bring your fucking kids down.
So you can tell by NotJah's little avatar.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a classy show.
I'm in amateur mode right now, as you can see. I'm wearing my smoking jacket.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Everyone, well, I don't know if everyone. I know somebody gives a shit for it, but.
Is that a lightsaber bong on the mantle or what? What is that thing?
Oh, that's supposed to be a lava lamp.
It looks like a lightsaber bong, don't it?
Yeah, I'll give you the lightsaber bong. That's kind of cool.
If that's what it looks like to you, then that's what it is.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I've just been out foraging for berries, so I'm back now.
Yeah.
Now, you think I'm joking? I was actually foraging for berries. I've got a little bag of blackberries downstairs, which can make a jam.
I believe it. It sounds like it's really funny.
You love the accent.
It's freaking hilarious with the whole badger thing going. You know, it's like, oh my gosh. I didn't realize I'm surrounded by animals now.
I have a question. Was you foraging in a forest, or were you in a store?
Fix this, then.
Were you urban foraging, or were you actually foraging?
I went to the shop, and then I came back and collected a load of blackberries from a footpath on my way back.
Nice.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's blueberry season here soon.
Yeah. One time when I was a kid, I was riding my bike down this gigantic fucking hill on a golf course, and there was a blackberry patch, and there was blackberries all over the road. And I wiped out.
How dare you?
Scraped my arm up, and I had the tattoo of blackberries in my arm for like fucking years.
Nice. Now, I'm not meaning to seem like I wasn't paying attention, but what's the topic of conversation?
I was kind of jumping around a little bit.
Yeah.
All right then.
There's absolutely
I gotta say
zero
something real quick. I gotta say something. NotJah, how dare you bring Ducky into this?
But Ducky's a gorgeous little animal, and she needs to be remembered.
She is.
So what are you fucking bitching about?
But it makes me sad every time I look at Ducky.
Well, you be a sad little
It's because you're gonna make him cry You're gonna make the tough Texan cry.
Texans don't cry.
Yes, they do.
Perspirate.
They shoot their problems.
Oh God, okay, you little bitch.
Just perspirate through our eyes. Because it's so fucking hot, damn!
It's all the heat.
Is that better, Russ?
Yes, that's better.
See, my perspiration is an evolutionary adaptation.
What'd you say, Badger?
So, eye perspiration is an evolutionary adaptation for hot conditions.
It's definitely hot in Texas. Like I'm hot here now, and frustrated it'll be laughing at me because it's cold to him.
Under 60?
Just a second. No, it's warmer than that. It's getting hot. It's 22 feels like 27. That in Fahrenheit is 72 feels like 81.
That's comfortable.
No, that's hot for me.
I should mention I only understand Celsius, so how are any of you alive?
Celsius is 22. It feels like 27.
Well, it's 95 degrees Fahrenheit here today with like 80% humidity.
Like
So
I
I'm
had to
pretty
turn
much
my
in
fan
Vietnam.
on already.
I somehow got
Red's
transplanted to
saying-
Vietnam in the night.
Red saying you're a bit being low. Does that mean your audio or? Yeah, I'm not sure. Just sort of try.
Everyone but
okay.
Nadine being low, me low.
Swing low.
I'll talk low if you like.
Low.
Yeah.
I'm probably low. I'm a soft speaker.
Would like to point
She
out
carries a big stick.
Badger had a bit of a good point. The fact that we have a bit of a lack of topic, and I was wondering if we wanted to find a topic to chat about for a bit. Has anyone got anything, maybe recent current events or something?
Before we do that, it is 29 Celsius here.
What's that in America?
See, that I would be probably sitting on the floor of my room because it's a tile floor and the floor is cool.
I'd be out in the sun having a good day.
I wouldn't be functioning very well.
And for you, Molly, that's 84 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's not bad.
Like it's
I come out when the sun's just going down because it's too hot otherwise.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not bad for you, is it, Russ? 84?
Yeah, it's 84.
That's not too bad for you, is it?
Well, no, it's going to get up to like 96.
Yeah, our high today is supposed to be 97. So, lucky me.
Celsius, that for me.
Let's see.
I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it's goddamn hot. I know that.
Hold on, I can look it up.
Okay, 36 hours. The next
Us Americans
36.
in our imperial system.
Well, I'll tell you some tweets I've just received, if you like.
It's supposed to be.
Oh yeah. It's. I gotta admit that sounds a bit more interesting than temperature. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're literally talking about the weather.
We're trying.
Here's a tweet I've recently received.
Supposed to get up to 84. Yeah. That is the problem.
That's the problem that I have with the theory of evolution. It does not use proper scientific method. It's closer to philosophy.
What? Well,
to which I replied, can you demonstrate that?
This will fall back.
I just got confused. I'm sorry. So evolution doesn't demonstrate scientific method.
This will fall back on the
philosophy?
idea that they think evolution is a theory, being the old school, like the colloquial idea of a theory, and that's where they're coming from.
Oh yeah, they do that shit all the time. They don't realize that hypothesis and theory mean two different things.
Yeah.
Like,
well, no, the thing is,
they think of theory as a hypothesis.
Yeah,
hey, Marble,
because they go.
Hi, Marble.
Yeah, it's
oh,
Marble.
have a good day, Red.
The colloquial term is used, and if you to translate that to scientific,
have a good one.
Yes, it is hypothesis, but that just means that they are not scientifically literate, which means that
Badger, check the chat.
Kind of be patient about that.
No, where's the? That's not the chat. That's the hangout.
Yeah, the old YouTubey one.
Right, what am I looking at in the chat?
Have a god day? How dare you?
Crimson wants you to tag him in the tweet that you were talking about. Or
right,
tag them in the tweet you're talking about.
Texans try pure whiskey. There we
are. You can tag me in it too.
They don't. Not whiskey. It's rattlesnake venom. They cry.
I reckon if you retweet it out on your page, Badger, and people can look.
Team Twitter debate now.
People can just look you up and follow you on Twitter, and they'll be able to find it really easy.
Yeah, put your link.
Free
in
shout out.
Chat.
Put your Twitter name in the chat.
But
you gotta give him a wrench.
I know. I just
since I just now saw you came in, hi Blue Marble.
Add moderator. There you go. Should have a wrench now, Badger.
Oprah.
And since I just saw that. Since I just saw that, you came in, hi Marble.
Oh, in Celsius, it's going to be 36.1 here today.
Hi, Blue.
Alright, I've retweeted one, and I'm going to put my thing in the place.
Yep. Good idea. Nadine's on it. Let's say hello to Blue.
Hi, Blue.
Hello.
Hello, Blue.
And let him say hello.
Mom.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
That's the way. I know, like...
Just okay?
Just okay?
Yeah, just okay.
Yeah.
I guess so. Alright. It could be worse. You could be on fire. That would really suck.
How do you set a marble on fire?
I don't know. Set anything on fire with enough heat.
I want to like just say in advance I apologize. There's going to be a lot of talking over each other, or like just general rambling and talking nonsense.
Yeah, it's been a
I watched Thunderfoot set a diamond on fire once.
Really?
Oh wow, that's interesting.
You get enough heat, you can set anything on fire. You just need enough fire.
Just always feel free to yell or
I think you put it in a pure
barge in
oxygen
if you
atmosphere and
can.
coated it in chocolate.
Yeah. Oh,
But technically,
yummy.
everything has a melting
Chocolate
point too.
diamond.
So, could you melt wood? I mean, technically,
good
everything has a
question.
melting point.
Yeah. Well, that's the fire point too. I guess the melting point and the fire point would be.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to take it out of you'd have to put it in a vacuum. I don't think it'd work in an oxygenated atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because what catches fire
well, you
isn't
need
the
an
wood itself;
oxygen.
it's the gas that's
Yeah.
coming off of it.
Yeah.
As I understand it, you might have to do it very quickly so that it doesn't become liquid.
Yeah.
But
I guess.
I know very little about trying to set things on fire.
I know. I know.
You don't have to take practice, buddy. That's all you need. A little practice.
Well, I know about trying to set wood on fire for campfires.
Oh.
I don't know about trying to set glass on fire.
Me neither.
Well, I build lampwork beads, so I melt glass, or at least used to melt glass on a regular basis. And you sort of set it on fire.
Yeah, my Bic doesn't get hot enough to melt glass, so no glass melt for me.
No, the Bic won't.
Well,
won't get that hot.
The chat gone.
Yeah, Blue. We're kind of chatting about nothing and everything.
Okay.
It's like a stream of conscious kind of thing, just whatever comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm drinking tea, so I'm good.
I'm coffee. My blood coffee level is not normalized yet.
Nobody else with
Can't stand the coffee.
Coffee. Really? I like coffee.
No.
I like tea also, though. So
I'm a great barista, but I hate the taste of it.
I was lucky enough. I was lucky enough to find. So there's no place here that'll grind coffee beans and all that kind of stuff. When I was in Calgary, you can go to a a place called a roastery.
rotisserie. Can you
Roastery.
buy a bullet?
And it would, they had specialty coffees. And you have to have a fine grind coffee for espresso. And I've got an espresso machine that froths the milk and stuff like that. And I haven't been able to find a good coffee for that. And I just found one at the grocery store, and it's the generic brand, and it's really good. And it's French vanilla flavored, and it's pretty damn yummy. And I was so excited. I had 2 cappuccinos yesterday.
I should send you some coffee. We have a local coffee shop. They roast their own beans and shit. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what we don't have around here. I don't know if there's one in St. John's, being the closest city, but we don't. Can
you buy beans around somewhere though?
No. We used to be able to at the local grocery store, but they took that out. So
I was just saying, because you could just buy a bullet and grind your own coffee. I mean, you don't need to go
we've got a grinder thingy here, but like it's finding the right flavor and the right, you know what I mean? Because if you get General Folgers and stuff, it tastes like junk.
I want to poke my nose in a sec. Say to the Crimson, that guy, if you're making your tea with socks, you're doing it wrong.
With socks? Dirty sock water.
Maybe
I don't know what kind of tea you're drinking, but
okay, guys. I'm gonna let you go. I just got a friend that I haven't talked to in like forever message me on Hangout. So
And it's not just so that you haven't talked to since like a couple hours ago?
No. He's still on my tablet. This is my best friend from Calgary.
Ooh,
I haven't talked to him in a long time, so.
Do what you need to.
All right, well, we bid you adieu.
If if you're still on, I'll pop back. So,
Okay. It might not be because it's
You're the only non-animal one in here.
yeah, I know.
Hey, we got a marble.
Yeah, we got a marble.
Nadine's awesome. Everyone sub to Nadine and creations by Nadine. So, what other crazy tweets? I don't know.
4 notifications. I've got about 30 notifications in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, well done.
Welcome to the big time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the big time, buddy.
I can't keep track of which order the conversation's in.
I literally cannot turn my phone on, the internet on my phone on when I'm at work, because my phone will literally die trying to keep up with all the notifications.
I don't have my Twitter on my phone or any mobile things. I only look at it when I'm at home.
I avoided it for a while, but I ended up just doing it so I could keep up with things and stuff. I spend too much time away from my computer. Alrighty. So it all kind of went silent. That's no fun.
Oh, I have
a
bit of current event to talk about.
All right, tell us a current event.
Spit it out, brother. Spit it out.
Okay, I will spit it out. Did any of y'all see that article about the half Neanderthal, half Denisovan creature that was found in a cave?
Find, or whatever. Yeah,
that's interesting.
I did not hear something about that.
Yeah, it was. Well, you hold on. I can pull it out. Give me a sec.
Google.
Don't pull it out on stream.
Myself as I find it.
Yeah.
I spell Neanderthal. There's no K in Neanderthal.
From what I heard, it was a form of link between.
There it is.
There is a K if you spell it wrong.
There's a K if you're dyslexic. I'm looking up half Neanderthal.
Hey, I spell cool with a K, so you know there.
So this is a cigarette company.
What's the cigarette company?
Cools, man.
Neanderthal.
Oh, you serious?
Neanderthal.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're the most disgusting menthol cigarettes you've ever tasted in your life.
No, it's probably why I didn't know that.
Like sucking on a mint and smoking a cigarette at the same time. Horrible.
God damn it. You're going to make me want to have a cigarette. Fuck.
Your addiction will do that fine without me.
Yeah, no.
You know what? No. It was easier for me to quit shooting heroin than it was to quit smoking cigarettes. How fucking bizarre is that?
Yeah, no. It doesn't overly surprise me. They're sort of a strangely hard one to kick, you know, like when in even hindsight, you could look at it and go, like, that shouldn't have been that hard, but it's a bit tricky. Now I
know guys that have done like 20 years in prison, didn't smoke for 20 years. The day they're out, they're fucking right back to smoking, literally, as soon as they get out.
Very cool. And it's all Badger's fault. Look, he's sitting there with the fucking smokes hanging out of his mouth.
I will have you know, this is the finest quality cigar.
Oh, cigar. It's hard to tell from your thing. It's a bit fuzzy.
Are you allowed to smoke cigars in a smoking jacket? I thought that was pipe only.
Oh, yeah. I want
pipe I have doesn't look very nice.
I have a really nice looking pipe, but it's not made for tobacco.
I have several nice pipes. But they don't fit with... They're difficult to smoke with Badger.
Yeah, they don't fit with the decor.
Okay, I found the article.
You see, the cigar. This is a fine woodland cigar made of the best leaves.
Woodland leaves or tobacco leaves?
There's a bit of everything in these.
Yeah. So, there was a.
Did you share it in the chat?
There was. Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second. I can show you that.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, because that way I can throw it up on the screen. So.
Yeah.
I can put it in the thingy chat if you want.
I think I can put it up on the screen.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, bring it up.
The
Put it
BBC
in
article on it.
Yeah, put it in the Hangouts chat. Is it the article from Nature?
No, I just put it in the normal chat, YouTube chat. Everyone can click it then.
Oh. Yeah, I can put it in the YouTube chat. But Badger, the one that you found, is it the one from Nature?
I'm looking at BBC News. Cave girl was half Neanderthal, half something else. Who's hoovering their microphone?
Yay, is that you, Russ? You on the road or something, or?
It might be my fan blowing in. Let me turn my fan down.
Yeah. That was it. Sorry. I just always go to blame Russ, because he's normally always making a noise.
It's alright.
Alright.
I'll be your skate mole for today.
Nice. We need a goat in the group. That would be so cool. Why isn't nobody a goat? Because then they could pull off like
Horny goat.
stupid...
That'd be a great name.
Say again,
Horny goat.
Marble?
I said horny goat should be the name.
Not you, not Molly, Marble.
Oh.
Marble.
Sorry. You said it, not me.
This is boring without Nadine.
What are you trying to say? I'm hurt, man. I'm hurt. Right in the heart, man.
Tell you more about my
there is no
cigars
doubt that the laugh track helps. She is definitely a bit more than just a laugh track.
Nadine, our human laugh track.
Either that, or we're to infer that you have a bit of a crush on Nadine.
Yeah. That's what I'm kidding.
Sorry, dude. Well, hey, dude, leave. We just talk shit sometimes. I literally started this stream with Nadine. My intention was for it to not even be public. It was just testing my OBS to get Streamz working for me. And then I just decided to go public for the fuck of it and chat to some people. So, yeah, that's all this is, man. It's not really much more than that. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's too funny. I got a message on my tablet. One of those fucking scam messages. It made me laugh.
Oh, I may have tagged a name dragon into it as well.
Oh, that name's a good
Oh
sword.
lordy. I love it when I get those sex spam things. They're freaking hilarious.
My favorite.
Oh.
I think it's funny that they're texting my phone. They're texting my tablet.
That's, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's just, to me, it's just hilarious.
That's a pretty interesting article, man.
Okay, we got...
Yeah, I'm gonna have a read of it later on.
Yeah, so,
it's not real long. Well,
no, it's not very long.
It's not real long.
But it's amazing because this is it's like the first generation of a truly half
half and half
Neanderthal and half other.
I mean, because they've known for years that there is Denisovan blood in some humans and Neanderthal blood in some humans, but to find one that's half and half completely, that's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
And it does a lot to fuck up because there's still a lot of people that believe that they can believe evolution, but they're like Neanderthals are a different species. You know, humans have their own origin sort of thing. Even if we evolved, we were a species, and then we haven't evolved since, or whatever they might think. You know. And
well, there would have been a point when Neanderthals split off from the other one, and whatever.
Right. or else they wouldn't be able to breed.
Was at the time.
If they weren't compatible, they wouldn't be able to breed. Period. So, you know.
But that's exactly it. It throws it completely. Like it helps to solidify that fact that there is that difference in species, yet the ability to still breed.
Mm-hmm. One more nail in the one more nail for evolution, and one more thing that creationists can fucking pretend didn't happen.
Great. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they make up about it.
I am doing my latest video coming out later today. If anyone wants to look, it's talking. It's that Darwinian Delusions channel.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
But tell us about it.
I will definitely check it out now.
Or I mean the video.
It's the same. It's the same guy from the Dawa Digital channel. He seems to his thing on the Darwinian Delusions is he keeps. Well, I'll just tell you his opening line to the video I'm responding to, which is that. What did he say? Now, the theory of evolution may be a good scientific model, but it's not true literally.
What, is it true metaphorically or something?
It might be figuratively true, but not literally. Yeah. It might seem that way, but no, it's not like that at all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's just too much evidence stacked for evolution than against it.
Yeah, I know it looks like I'm sleeping with your wife, but I'm not really, so it's okay.
I'm not doing it literally.
Yeah, I know it looks like it. I understand your concern, but I'm not literally doing it. She's fucking me.
Nice. It's really interesting though, trying to follow his train of thought to how he gets to these conclusions. I think what he thinks is that the theory is an ideology to be followed rather than a model for how things work in nature.
Which is absolutely, completely bollocks, but you know.
Goes on the lines of people
believing Scientology. Where are the transitional fossils? Buh, buh, buh.
What is that? Scientism. That's the one. Where it's like
what a dumb
faith
word.
In science.
Well, no.
There, not a proven thing.
There is a. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, NotJah. I was interrupting you.
No, it's just but that was basically. I normally trail out with what I'm saying anyway, but the scientism being the whole idea that people will have a faith in science as if it is not something proven, but similar or comparable to their religion. Because that way they feel they can have the same sort of level on.
There is a thing. There is a thing such as scientism, and it's not at all the way the not everybody goes under the scientism. Like, for instance, a great example of scientism is when you look at Deconverted Man. He does this thing where he's like, oh yeah, the science, but then whenever you present facts and evidence based upon things, like for instance his whole entire idea of on the transgender issue, he doesn't at all look at the facts. He sits there and says, oh, well, where's the science on this? It's like, the science is right here. Where's the science on this?
It's still the same method in a way used as any pseudoscientist. You know, like any it's just in a different way because we now are in an advanced state where we know more, and so they've had to advance their ways of operating. Whereas before it would be like a mind reader, and they would use some old school scientific, really bullshit, thing that would just persuade the
everyday person.
Or something. And it's just, nowadays it's the same kind of thing. It's just they have to, you know, use lasers to pretend to try and convince people the Earth is flat, even though they're fucking the science up, and then they can label the rest as scientism, you know.
Oh, D. Marble and his experiments.
Well,
I found it funny because I saw that.
Okay, Marvel. I actually got to tell you, I might have to start wrapping up because this again wasn't even meant to happen in the first place, and it's now half past
1 o'clock in the morning
midnight
now?
here. It's coming up on it, and I don't need a late night. I really don't. So I'll let Did you want to bugger off first, Marble, or are you gonna let us do a shout out for everyone first? It's up to you. You can do a quick shout out for yourself first and bugger off if you want.
You can do that first.
All right. Well, while we're here, you're first on my list, so shout your channel out and stuff.
Actually, no, you can go first.
Okay. We'll go Badger first. Who are you and what do you do?
Hello. Hello, I am Bad Tempered Badger. I talk about things on the internet. My channel at the moment is mostly about atheism and opposing pseudoscience and stuff like that. I do want to talk about some other things at some point in the future, but I'm still figuring out how.
Okay.
My next video coming out tonight is about Darwinian Delusions, which is a YouTube channel run by a silly guy who doesn't know how science works.
That should be a bit of fun. I mean that's pretty much what most of us sort of do anyway, so it's normally on our radar. Russ, our piggy.
Yes. Well, I'm Frustrated Atheist. I also have a YouTube channel where I do a lot of debunking of theist bullshit, and I have a couple of things in the works. One is a collab with Secular. One is a thing on my reason why I don't think that Joel Osteen deserves the award he got from Houston, the city of Houston. And then I also have a series that I plan on doing that's called Science for the Newly Deconverted, where I just do pretty much the science that is necessary for them to be able to combat anything that a theist throws at them. And what the very first episode is going to be about defining terms such as the scientific theory and things like that.
Fair cool. Molly.
Hello there. I'm Unholy Mole. I have a YouTube channel. I pretty much talk about the same thing these guys do. So check it out if you'd like.
All right, Marble.
And if you don't,
reckon? Yeah.
So I'm D Marble. I have my own YouTube channel. I make mostly flat Earth debunking videos. I have one that I'm going to upload soon, hopefully, and I have a video that I made with Rhetoric and Discourse, who you should check out, by the way. And yeah, I guess that's it.
Awesome sauce, man.
I have a
Sounds
question
good.
for Marble.
Yeah.
How old are you, Marble?
If you're happy
I'm
answering.
14.
that's what I was guessing around there.
Oh, wow. You know,
Nice,
I had
man.
to, since you told me that. Huh?
Oh, I was just saying, nice. Be good to fucking be 14 again.
Yeah, well, I have to say that
Speak for
I
yourself.
have to commend you. I have to commend you for being 14 and
He
being
can do it
one
on
of these
his
people
own.
who are out there debunking things.
Yeah, and you're not making fucking like
absolutely.
shooter
Yeah.
game videos.
Oh, you could be doing that as well. Half of us are doing that as well.
I'm just saying he's
But the
a
fact that
thinker.
you're,
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's
the
what
fact
I'm
you're getting out there.
Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm a gamer too. I'm not talking shit on. I'm just saying it's refreshing to see a young thinker.
Yeah,
I was-
Maybe I should have
because
worded it differently.
At 14, I was riding around my BMX trying to find a new way to hurt myself. in
I was
physical
trying to find
ways,
someone to touch my pee-pee.
Yeah, there was a bit of that too, but you know.
And ride my bike around causing trouble. Pretty much.
I can say that at 14, I was not at all thinking at all of, hey, let me debunk a bunch of stupid people who think the Earth is flat.
Yeah. Then again, when I was 14, YouTube wasn't a thing, so that might make a difference.
When I was 14, they didn't even have the internet.
Yeah, no, exactly. Anyway,
have I missed anyone in the chat?
Say who, what, who, where. Oh, thank you, Badger, for all of those wonderful links.
Yeah,
that's actually really appreciated. Damn.
And helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already subscribed to them all.
I'm already subscribed to them all, I think. I should be. Molly, Blue Frustrated. Yeah, I don't think I
don't think I am, actually. I need to sort that out.
Oh, Badger.
I'm
I'll fix that now, actually.
Alright, well, like,
there we go, fix that.
So I'm, I should know who I am if you're even watching this. But I do have a roast coming up for the Godless Geeks channel for their comedy roast, where I am going to completely slaughter Paula Gia. I feel sorry for the man. He's going to be hurting after this.
I'm tingling with the anticipation.
So
I just thought I'd say, well, Hans, we're already on NotJah's channel, you see.
Yeah, exactly.
If you found it, then you're here already.
Oh, gotta love Hans. He's a good one. So thank you very much, chat, for who might be still there. Hans, if it is just you, you're a fucking legend, mate. You know I love you, though. Thank you very much, all of you. As you know, I've said it already. This thing wasn't even meant to be a thing, so I appreciate the fact you all jumped in and had a laugh, I suppose. So we shall catch you another time from the underworld.